Okay, guys, so we're into week number 8 here. Most of our activity has been, just exercising and doing the stay active challenges that have been um, in our plan 3 times a week. That's for your Criterion C mark for the summative portion of this online learning. Remember, the Criterion D um, is your participation and you're responding to feedback uh, and meeting deadlines, things like that. If you want to go, guys, and review that stuff, please feel free. All the information is on Google Classroom. You should have just finished playing a little bit of a fun game of roll the dice, rolling it 10 times and getting a nice little workout out of that. For the rest of this lesson today, I think it's probably going to take a little more than 20 minutes, let's say 30 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes for you to roll the dice, and we won't go over 10 minutes here, hopefully. Guys, you guys have been reviewing some stuff about invasion games, right? We've been talking about invasion game systems and attacking and defending. We went through a formative assessment task where I gave you guys some general feedback on how to break down different types of systems. Remember, we need to use the unit vocabulary and you need to talk about timestamps, okay? The way that this formative set you guys up is it basically wrote you guys out a script, okay? So what we're going to do for this summative assessment is we're going to do the same process, except we're going to add a little bit more of a skill in of commentating or speaking, okay? We're going to use our newly found Screencastify skills or whatever mode you'd like to use. You could do it recording a Zoom meeting or using QuickTime and Photo Booth. But again, I'd like to see your camera, okay, and the film that you're working on for this summative assessment, okay? So we identified an attacking and defending system in our formative, okay? Most of us did a pretty good job on that, but remember the big things is we actually have to identify the system, all right? So taking that one step further for our summative, this is going to be a Criterion A and B summative assessment, okay? So what you guys are going to be responsible for is you're going to find evidence of 2 systems being used by a team during gameplay. I want one attacking and one defending. So just like the formative, you'll need to search YouTube or any other video library to find your own example of gameplay. I do not want you to use the film that I provided you guys in the formative assessments, okay? So you're going to have to find your own example of either basketball or hockey being played, and then you are going to have to identify an attacking system and a defending system, okay? Now, what you guys are actually going to do is you're going to use Screencastify again or any other recording app to record yourself identifying the system, analyzing the situation, and explaining why the system is successful, all right? It's going to be a maximum. Oh, you're going to use your webcam and make sure it's embedded, all right? Just like you can see my face right now and what we're talking about on the screen. All right, there's going to be a maximum time limit of 7 minutes and a minimum of 5. Okay, so you're going to have to probably practice this quite a bit just to get the timing right. You're going to post your video below by hyperlinking to the text below. The Criterion B portion, guys, is basically your plan, the script that you write out for yourself to read while you are watching the video. Okay, now we're no longer using screenshots to show the evidence. What I want you to do is I want you to be stopping and playing the video and actually speaking through the process of yourself identifying, analyzing the situation, and explaining why the system is successful, okay? Now, Mr. Reed and I have given you guys a bunch of examples of what that looks like live, okay? If you go back in our plans, you can remember that I talked about attacking systems and defending systems in basketball, and Mr. Reed did some nice long lessons on attacking and defending in hockey. Okay, your choice of what sport you use. Okay, your choice of which systems you choose to identify. But to be clear, we are talking through. You are going to need to create a script, all right, that you are going to read through. You're also going to have to create a video using Screencastify. To review how to use Screencastify, we should be all on the same page now with that because we're using it 3 times a week. Okay, that's the basics of the explanation. All right, I've highlighted the command terms that we're really focused on at the bottom here, as well as in the explanation of the task. Okay, you can see identify, analyze, and explain. Here are the definitions. Provide an answer from a number of possibilities. The possibilities are all of the systems that we've given you on the slideshow, the initial slideshow for this Invasion Games unit. Okay, you're gonna have to recognize and state briefly a distinguishing fact or feature. So that's what you're going to have to name that system. All right, you're not going to tell me a story about what's happening on the screen without telling me what the system is, or else we haven't fulfilled the expectation. Analyze. Break down in order to bring out the essential elements or structure. Identify the relationships, interpret the information. Okay, this is why, tell me why it's being used. Okay, why are we doing this? Why is that being used for attacking? What is the significance? How does it work? Okay, and analyze and explain will be very similar because I just explain is giving a detailed account of what's happening, including the reasons or causes. Okay. So analyzing is identifying the situation. Why is it being used in that situation? And explanation telling me why it's successful. All right. This is going to be due. You guys have a long time to do this. We'll give you plenty of time, plenty of work periods. This is the final assessment for this year of actually any writing or anything you're going to have to do. Remember, the Criterion C is your calendar. Criterion D is your EPA rubric, effort, participation, and attitude. Okay. Looking down here to the rubrics, okay, I'm just going to look at 7 and 8 here. You guys can go ahead and review the rest. The first strand is you're going to identify the correct system and explain how the system is successful in gameplay by analyzing the game situation. Okay, first of all, identifying the system. Is it a screen? Is it V-cuts? Is it triangle offense? Explaining how it works. Why is a triangle offense good? Because we open up different lanes, we can pass, when we can attack a defense, things like that. You're going to have to go back and look at what triangles do and why. Mr. Reed did a very good explanation of that in the hockey attacking systems. Analyzing the game situation. Why is it working in that specific situation? Okay, how is it successful? All right, those are things you're going to have to see. Okay. This is something, guys, some people are having a really hard time just asking me questions and expecting me to answer them straight away. Okay, guys, I've given you all very clear instructions. I've given many examples and given you many resources of information to help you complete the tasks that we ask. Okay, so what I need to see is evidence of you using those things. Okay, a lot of the stuff that's happening in the calendar task forced me to put this strand into this because people were not following instructions, not looking at the examples and expectations that I had given to complete the task. All right, so this will be very easy if you just follow instructions and use all those things that I've made for you. Okay, I work hard on doing this stuff. You know, I haven't taken this from anyone else. This is all things that I create for you guys to help your learning. Okay. There's no book that I go and copy and paste and things like that. I work hard to create this stuff, and when you're not using it, it kind of gets frustrating for me, and it makes me not really want to answer the questions that you have because it shows me that you're not taking accountability of your learning. Okay, use the stuff I give you. All right, for the planning, guys, very simple, one strand. Okay, you're either going to be outlining, describing, or explaining in your script. Okay, the things that you say, you're going to either Right, outline, describe, or explain a plan for a gameplay analysis focused on specific systems. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Have you explained? Have you described? Have you outlined? Or have you summarized? Okay, most people hopefully will be up in this area in the yellow and green where we're describing and explaining, especially by now, since we've gone through 3 units of talking about these command terms. Okay. So I think that's all we have for this. Like I said, it's going to be due Friday, May 15th. I want to see it submitted on Google Classroom. You'll see that pop up in your Google Classroom this week, as well as on ManageBack. Now, in ManageBack, it needs to be a PDF. Okay. I guess it can't be a PDF because it's a video. Scrap that. Your script will have to be a PDF, and your video can just be the video. And video. All right. So if you have any burning questions or you think I might have missed something here, please contact me. You can get me through Hangouts or email, or you can save your questions, write them down or something like that, because on Wednesday we will have a little bit of a question and answer period in our live Zoom after our workout. Okay? All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much. If you haven't done the roll the dice workout yet, go ahead, get to it now and film it. All right. See you guys. Bye.